parts have arrived from the factory without issue. They'll be fitted to the car in time for the next session.
Live in Montreal at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, where the teams are making final preparations before today's practice session gets underway. In 1999, the outside track wall, situated on the last corner of the lap, ended the race of 3 Formula One world champions: Damon Hill, Michael Schumacher and Jacques Villeneuve. Since then, the wall has come to be known to fans around the world as the infamous Wall of Champions.
Turns 13 and 14 are definitely the most demanding corners on the track. A quick chicane section, entering at over 180 miles per hour, drivers use plenty of curb and get very close to the wall. But hitting those curbs at the wrong angle can easily put the car offline. You'll see a lot of drivers bail out of committing into turn 13, using the escape road to avoid contact with the wall.
Okay, test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. And a job well done. We got some excellent data with that. Good lap. We've hit our primary target time. Super job so far. We're getting...
And we hope you're ready for another fantastic session as the teams prepare to unleash their cars for qualifying at the Canadian Grand Prix. Looking at this field today, Ants, do you think we're going to see anyone take a chance, maybe run the harder of the available compounds and save some of the grippy tyres for the race tomorrow?
Well, I'd be surprised in all honesty. It's only the front runners that really have the pace to get away with that, and even then, at the end of the day, it's a big risk. Track position is the most important thing, and it's rarely worth sacrificing for a slightly more optimal strategy in the race, so I doubt we're going to see anyone trying it. I have been wrong before though. We certainly do see some risky decisions every now and then, and it's a gamble that's sometimes worth taking. But if it were me in the car, I would want to be on the fastest tyre for my qualifying lap, without a doubt.
tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are Hamilton, Vettel and Valtteri Bottas. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, it's goodbye.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective. Are you happy with where you'll be on the grid tomorrow? The weather hasn't been ideal in qualifying. What's your take on it? Great! Well, that's everything.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. If you want flat-out racing, you've come to the right place this weekend, as it's full throttle for 59% of this 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 210 miles per hour going into the final chicane. But that speed requires discipline, and there are more than a few close walls here just waiting to punish drivers with a heavy right foot. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about Force India. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo and Verstappen, Crofty, Alonso, Hülkenberg and Carlos Sainz, Magnussen, Grosjean, Sergio Perez and Ocon, Leclerc, Gasly, Brendan Hartley and Sergei Sorokin. Stroll and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Release. Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy. leads it now. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. Receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track. Strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. In the pits. Go, go, go. You'll be racing on the exit. The battery is low on energy. Reduce ERS deployment. Can't complain about that one. That was an excellent drive.
So here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. Round of the World Championship. Here's how things look in the drivers' table. Sebastian Vettel takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I'm going to say Brendan Hartley. It was probably one of his best drives this season, and I was thoroughly impressed.
On to the constructors then. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
Great work out there today. How do you think it went? Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing. Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today? It looks like you've invested heavily in the development of new parts. Did you feel comfortable in the wet weather today? Appreciate your time.
We've received invitations to new historic events. You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.